Okay, so we changed the way that this looks so that we can, do that a bit differently. So we do letter instead. And finally, the way we can do that with a for loop is that we just, again, do something similar, which is what we do. We create an index again. We say index is equal to length of word minus 1 while index is greater than or equal to 0. Remember to subtract. Index is equal to index minus 1, right, because we're going down. Reversed word is equal to reversed word plus word index. Right, so a lot of different ways to do this one. So let's go ahead and show that it works for a palindrome, actually. Taco cat. True. Oh, good. All right, so now this last one, which I think will be the last one for the day. So we'll do more of this stuff on Monday as well. So let's write a function called number of words, which takes in a string and can print. Man, I was really tired when I wrote this. I think I wrote it at like 10 o'clock in the evening. So write a function called numWords, which takes in a string and prints the number of words in that string. You can assume words will only be separated by spaces, commas, and periods. So here we've got hello, comma, space, world, and we know we have 2 words in it, right? This is cool gives me 3. Now this one's actually a bit of a tricky one, but it's also one of the ones that's most related to your homework, which is going through and checking stuff. Okay? So we go through. So for this one, we're going to go ahead and we've got an accumulator here. So let's go with numWords. And I'll say text instead of word over here because it's string, it's text, right? And what we're going to do is that we're going to have a words, let's call it num is equal to 0, and then we're going to return num at the very end. Okay. And so what we need to do is that we definitely need to use the while loop here if we want to have a lot of control over this. And essentially what we need to ask ourselves there's a couple ways to do this. The most straightforward way I find, though, is to go through letter by letter. And as soon as I see, as soon as I'm on a letter, and the thing to the right of me is either a comma, a space, or a period, then I know that I'm in a new word. If my current I know that I finished a word, so I have to add 1 to my count. In fact, I should probably go ahead and just start at 1 and assume that things have 1 word in them. Okay? So add 1 over there because I know that there's a word over there. I mean, that could be a faulty assumption, but we'll see. We can adjust later. And then if my current letter is punctuation, then just go on to the next letter. Right? If I'm currently on punctuation, then just go on until I find a letter again, and that's the start of the next word. Okay? So question is, how do I tell if I'm at a letter without resorting to something being, a nice big if statement? If A is, or if letter is in A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, that would be kind of annoying. So, so remember there is the, so remember to tell, so let's go ahead and boot this up again. Python. Okay, exit. Python 3, if, so let's go ahead and see word is equal to hello. word.isAlpha, which we learned last lecture, it returns true if it's made up of just alphabetic characters, right? So if I do this, say, if I say my word is equal to, or if I say that word, or let's say text is equal to a comma, right? Text is alpha. That's going to return false, right? Because it's not an alphabetic character, right? So you can use the is alpha to tell, am I currently on a letter, or if I am currently on a character. All right. So try your best at this one, and we'll meet back before class ends, okay? This one's a bit tricky. I'm very proud I came up with it, too.